Hi guys, welcome to the studio. Alright, so I am here with a kind of final flip through of the Dephemerember-ary journal thus far. It is the 28th of February today, so it is the last day of February. And this was my take on Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Luise Heinzl at Junk Journal Art. Sorry, can't get my words out today. And it was a attempt at the Dephemerember prompts for the last 4 years. I printed the lists out and glued them into the middle of my journal. This is a blown up version of last year because that was just a little bit too small for me to read. I was struggling even with glasses on and then realised I was using the wrong glasses. Yeah, little pocket there that I added just for tags and stuff to add to things. Okay, so I just figured we'd have a little flip through. Now I added the "ary" on the end of Dephemerember because it was my goal to do as many of these prompts as I could throughout the month of January and February. Dephemerember is a series that Luise and Barbara did, or do, in December, and it's about making ephemera in December. It doesn't have to be Christmas themed or anything like that. A lot of the stuff are open to interpretation, and you know, you can keep it neutral, which I've done with mine. No specific reason, just, you know, that's what I felt like doing and using at the time. And oh my goodness, what a difference it makes when the sun disappears. Sorry guys. And now it's coming back out again. Anyway, alright, might have to play around with the focus on this because the sun's shining and my autofocus is driving me crazy today, as you can see. Yeah, so I figured, like I said, we'd just go through the journal. I did have intentions of doing another 3 videos before I ended this series, but unfortunately time was against me, other things came up, and I just, for myself, ran out of time. As I said, today is the end of the end of February, and you will not be watching this video at the end of February, unfortunately, because I am behind. I've done the videos, but I'm behind with editing and uploading them. But rest assured, today is the last day of February whilst I'm filming this, and the other prompts have been filmed throughout February. I'm just posting late. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because obviously this isn't finished, I'm going to pop it away on the shelf, and it's going to sit there and wait until December. And then in December, hopefully, when they release this year's prompts, I can play along with this year's prompts as well as still revisiting these 4 years prompts. What I did eventually with this, rather than working through the prompts one at a time, I started doing it randomly. I used a random number generator on my phone for number 1 to 31, because last year they did up to day 31. They had breaks in between, but it were up to day 31. And then because there was 4 years, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, I did 1 to 31 to choose a prompt. Whatever number that was the number prompt that we did. And then I would choose 1 to 4 for being 1 to 4 years. And then if it came up like year number 2, then we'd go to 2022 and we'd pick whatever number prompt it gave us. And that's the one that I did. That's how I started doing it. And I was really enjoying it like that, rather than just looking, going, oh, I'll do this one today, and oh no, yeah, I'll have a go at that one today, because some of them I'd look at and think, I don't really want to do that one. But by doing it randomly like that, it forced me to get out of my comfort zone and I come up with some really weird, quirky things. This one prompt is still by far my favourite that I've done, and it was a prompt number 18 from 2021, and it was snow and tea card. It was cigarette or tea card, but I used a tea card. In the back of this here is a tea card, and it's got snowdrop flowers on it because the prompt was for snow. And then I used some paper, we used some gesso, I put these on here, we used a frame and used mica powder to make this a shaky to represent the snow. So yeah, this is by far still my favourite page. Alright, so now I've waffled, let's get into the journal, the flip through. I'm so pleased with how this turned out. This cover is not going to stay like this. It's just, that would, obviously I needed a name for it, then I knew which journal I was working in. Dragonflies represent Louisa, bright colour, dragonflies represent Barbara, bright colours, and grunge Louisa. Okay, so in the first page of the journal, and I've worked through the journal randomly, so the first page we come to, oh look, prompt number 1 from 2021, which is stars and paint sample. So for this one I did some paint samples of my own, and I based the kind of semi layout of this around Barbara's video. Then we've got washi tape with stars on, some little star stamps here. These are more sunshines, but they have like star beam type things coming off, and then these are flowers but they were star shaped. So that was my take on that one, which was fun to do. And then, you know, the first videos in the playlist were me making this journal and putting it together. Okay, and then we come to this one. Now these are not in order. Like I said, I've been doing them randomly, so these are not in order. I worked through the journal, just, or that will do for this page, blah, blah, blah. So then we come to this one. So we need to open this up, and the prompt is on the back of this card. So we did prompt number 18 from year 2024, which was a mini pocket letter and a specimen. So there's the specimen on a specimen card, and little specimen there, and then a mini pocket letter to myself. So I wrote myself a letter, and it says, "Dear future me, you can do whatever you put your mind to. You are enough. Trust the process. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. Love yourself because you are worth it. Love and hugs, me." So just a nice little reminder to myself there, because sometimes, you know, we just need to remind ourselves that we are freaking awesome. And because it was a mini pocket letter and specimen, my letter, mini pocket, so this is the mini pocket, and my letter was part of the pocket. Okay, so that was my take on that. And for this I used the beautiful papers from Tracy Rulton Fox at Tracy Fox Creative. Fabulous, beautiful papers. Okay, the next one, and as I said, these were all done in different orders, they weren't all done from that page to this. So this one is, I believe this was actually the very first one I did. Prompt number 1 from 2021 was ribbon and playing card. So very simple. Yeah, still okay with lighting. So this is just a very, very simple altered playing card with some ribbon. You know, just so simple, and I made it a little tuck spot. You can put that in there. So yeah, this one I did not like. This was at the beginning when I was working through them all one by one myself, and this one was a combination of all 3 years. 3 because on one of the years they had a break, so there wasn't one for that number. And it was prompt number 2, which is stars paint sample, splatters and antique keys. Now the stars and paint sample we did revisit here as a separate prompt, and I wasn't going to do it because I'd already done it there, and then I thought no, because I didn't like how that turned out, so I got to do it again. But this, as I said, was all 3 years combined from 2021, 22 and 24. So it was a paint sample. I made my own little paint sample there. Stars, there's some star stamping, there's some washi tape. Splatters, obviously I've splattered, and then antique keys. I didn't have any antique keys, so what I did was found these little key charms and I used alcohol ink on them and then just attached them with a bulb pin. I do not like this prompt, so I was actually going to take it out because it was the middle page. I was just going to rip the page out because I do not like that prompt. I have the video of that prompt, but it's not public. So what I've been saying is if anybody actually wants to watch that video, leave a comment and I'll post the link to the video, because if you've got the link, it's set to private, but if you've got the link, you can watch it. But yeah, but I really wasn't happy with that one. So I was really happy to be able to do part of it again there. So where are we? Oh, this was a really cool one. This was like, I think one of the last ones that I did. So we did prompt number 7 from year 2022, and it is a handwritten memory and loaded tag. So we have here a loaded tag, which is so cool for me, which is an envelope there, and then these are just tags and things made from papers that was made from the cover of some writing sets from when I was younger. I used to do a lot of pen paling when I was younger, and I just absolutely love these papers. And you know, although I don't do it now, I just couldn't part with the papers. So yeah, they are just adorable. I just made them into little tags and things. They are full-size writing sheets, as you'll see in a minute when we get to it. So I'm going to pop that in there, and that's just what I wrote on the back. This was also part of the packaging on one of them, and I made some little teeny tiny tags and then just stuck them in. But I turned the tag, so this is the loaded tag, and I turned it into a pocket. And then handwritten memory on the paper, which goes with this envelope. Yeah, I went into depth in that video about pen paling and things. I absolutely hate my handwriting. This is pathetic. I could do better than this. But anyway, it says handwritten memory. I remember when I was young, I always loved playing with paper. I always hated, and still do, my own handwriting. So I used to give myself lines at home to try and help me improve. It never worked. I hated, and still do, joined up writing, and lessons where all we did was practice doing it. I remember having lots of pen pals as a teenager and into my 30s, and I still communicate with two of my original pen pals via Facebook, but snail mail is the best. It really is. You can't beat getting, you know, a nice letter through the post. It is just nice. But yeah, so that was my prompt for 2022, which is a handwritten memory and a loaded tag. And like I said, I loaded the tag with papers that I used to use when I was pen paling. These papers are from my childhood. Yeah, this is actually coming out a little bit there, but that's not too much of a problem. Yes, so, and then we've got to this one, which I've already shown you, but I just love it. So again, let's have a little shaky shake. This is the middle part of the journal, and again, that's where I glued the prompts, and that's a bigger version of last year's, 2024's. Oh, this one, this one Oh, completely baffled me. And talk about out of comfort zone. Just wow. So this was prompt number 16 from last year, 2024, and it was tuck spot and cheese. What on earth? So we have the tuck spot here with lots and lots and lots of texture on it, and it's supposed to look like mould as per Taylor's request. For cheese, I had absolutely no idea what to do, so I actually drew some cheese and cut them out and inked them up and what have you. So although that looks like a smiley face, but yeah, we have blocks of cheese there with the holes in, and Taylor said we needed mouldy cheese, so I did the tuck spot with texture on that was supposed to represent mould. I had fun doing that one though. That was quite fun. This one of the first few that I did. It's quite a big thing. So this was from prompt number 1 from the years 2022 and 2023. So it is mason jar, fluff and opening. Okay, so we have a mason jar cut out here, die cut. We have some florals in there obviously, and then we've got some fluff here, and the opening was I just attached that as a flap so you can open it. And then, not really relevant, but I always somewhere in my journals put my own little signature. I do sign them, but this is my wax seal with Northern Craftaholic UK on it, my personalised wax seal. So yeah, that just went on there. Yeah, so that was that one. Had fun doing that too. I mean, I have fun doing every one of these really, apart from the other one that I didn't like. So there is still plenty to go, plenty of pages to work on and space. So this one was from 2022, and it was number 1, which is mason jar and fluff. Again, turn that into a huge tuck spot. So we've got the negative from the mason jar die cut. So on the other one we've got the actual mason jar that come out, and this one we've got the negative, but also the altered playing card and bits of fluff. Okay, that was when I first started. Whoa, sorry guys. Yep, I'll just go back over that in case. I need to pay attention to the lighting. Yeah, so we've got the negative of the mason jar and the fluff, and yeah, these were from right at the very beginning when I started working on these prompts, and I was just going through the list one, like from number 1 down, thinking, oh, I'll get quite a few of them done, and then realised I wasn't going to get them done in time, so then I started doing them randomly. Okay, this one was an interesting one as well. So this one is prompt number 3 from 2024, and it is a layered tag and retro film strip. So we've got a layered tag here. These are glued in, but they're like photos. And then the retro film strip is this, and I turned it into a paperclip. So I think that is pretty cool. I enjoyed doing that one. Yep, so let's move that along a little bit. And then just some washi tape there to, you know, pop that in. These pockets are sealed. That is glued in, but this pocket here is open to be able to tuck the prompt in. The next one, this one was a good one. I have lost... Oh no, where's that gone? I've lost the... oh, it's here. I'm going to say I've lost the prompt, but it's here. All the other prompts I've attached to the actual makes. This one were just clipped in. Excuse me. Okay, so this one was prompt number 20 from 2022, and it is grunge and a snippet trim. So yeah, we've got proper grunge going on here and a snippet trim. which was fun to do. And I've also done this as a belly band, so you can tuck things in underneath. And then we've got one more, I think. Yep, and then the last one that we did was this one, not in order, as I said previously, but this one was prompt number 23 from 2021, and it was lace and calendar, and it was lace and calendar or timetable. I chose to do a calendar, and I chose to do it as a journal page layout. Kind of ignore that and that. Yeah, I chose to do it as kind of like a journal page layout, like I would have done back in the day when I used to bullet journal and do my own journal spreads and things, which I cannot show on camera because I do still have those journals, but there's a lot of personal stuff in them. So even on the page spreads, you know, I've got personal details and things on them, so I can't show them, unfortunately. But yes, so lace, so we have some beautiful little lace bit there, and then I did a lace ruffle here on the sewing machine, so 2 pieces of lace there, yellow and green, and some little lacy flowers on there. That's just held on there with a bulb pin, bulb clip, some buttons for the blank bits. I went back to December 2021 to get the right layout for the calendar for the monthly overview. So this, as you can see, the number 23 is covered with that flower and a red ring around it because that was prompt number 23, and then lace and calendar, and we have a little strip there. It says enjoy the little things, and that was from Rach and Bella Crafts, a little printout from Rach and Bella Crafts. Yeah, how adorable is that though? I just love that. Yeah, and that is as far as I got, guys. So yeah, it's quite bulky and chunky. I love a good chunky bulky journal. Lots of fluff hanging out the top. So yeah, I mean, obviously it was spread out over numerous videos, and a couple of those videos was me making the journal and working on the pages inside. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy the series, and as I said, I will be revisiting it, don't you worry, because I really did enjoy doing it. And although I may not be able to actually take part in Dephemerember in December this year, if I don't take part in it this year, I will do the same. And although I'd already thought, do you know what, I'm not doing it in December, I will do it next year in January and February like I did this year, so I can carry on with my Dephemerember-ary series. I'll just add 2025's prompt list in here somewhere, or maybe onto the back of that page, and then we'll have 5 years to choose from instead of 4, but carry on doing it with the random prompts. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed flipping through this journal. I've loved working in it, and as I said, I'm not giving up until it's full. And then if we have more prompts left to do once this journal's full, then we'll make another journal and we'll carry on until we've done every one of the prompts for every one of the years. Awesome. Right, so I am going to love you and leave you here, guys. Thank you so much for tagging along for this video. I hope you haven't been bored too much with my ramblings. And yeah, so take care, guys. Stay safe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!